This is actually a greeting card that I bought several years ago, and it reminds me of Mom, mostly when I think about Christmas. If you had seen her house at Christmas in years past, you would know exactly what I'm talking about. Harry had done some remodeling and paneled the walls into main rooms in the house. And then in the room that served as the family dining room, the two-living room, some of you know, he paneled the ceiling as well and added lots of electrical outlets, allowing Mom to put up Christmas lights on the ceiling. She strung little mini lights, snaking them along the ceiling. 800 lights on a Christmas tree is not enough. And if one box of tinsel on the tree was good, 2 would be better. I think sometimes she even strung some tinsel over the light strings on the ceiling, because anything worth doing is worth overdoing, and Christmas is definitely worth doing it. One year, in fact, she was enjoying it so much. Just have to leave it up a little bit longer. A little bit longer. Just a little bit longer. I've done this myself. But she ended up leaving it up all year. And you should have seen the look on the face of the paper boy who came to the door collecting in July.
In October that year, the trick-or-treaters would come to the door, and she would open the door, and they'd go, "Trick-or-" and she said, "Merry Christmas."
Actually, my remarks today are really going to be about Mom's love of numbers, but I thought I would start with something a little bit funny. I really wanted to load up my arm with bracelets, but that was all I could do. I bet most people here know the significance of this. This is Mom's birth date, 12234. And she loved that number sequence so much that she would freely tell people her birthday, whether they wanted to know or not. Even in the end, when she was quite ill, and on the phone with Kaiser, who always asked for the birth date, I heard her say, "Well, you know, if I had been born 20 days earlier, my birthday would be so perfect, because it would be 1, 2, 3, 4. But I wasn't, so it's 1, 2, 2, 3, 4. But still pretty super, isn't it? Super duper, but super. I have no idea what the people on the other end of the line would do, but I do hope it brought them a smile. Mom was all about math. And Einstein is considered a physicist, but math and physics are closely related. And Mom was a big fan of E equals MC squared. Her initials, Eva Martha Carlile. I've often wondered if Harry's last name was just a little bit of an attraction for her, so those initials. Anyway, when my husband Chris was the executor of the estate, and Mom gave him a file with her passwords, dozens and dozens of passwords to various websites and financial institutions. And we were both so tickled to see, really think every conceivable variation of E equals MC squared possible as passwords. Again, a little bit, if it's worth doing, it might be worth overdoing. Couldn't get enough of it. This is Mom's cell phone number, her first cell phone. And I remember the day that she called me to tell me the number. And she rattled it off, and then she said, Can you believe it? Isn't that super? 7 squared is 49. I mean, how can it be any better? I said, well, yeah, but the prefix also. 4 goes into 8 twice. She said, no, I didn't notice that. I said, oh, of course you did. I said, no, I swear I didn't notice that. Oh, Mom, you had to have. No, I didn't. Oh, it's really a super duper phone number now. How many of you know there's something magical about this number? Yeah? There are lots of opinions on it, but many people think that it's special merely because it's the only hour of the day that all 4 digits are the same. Of course, that's only been true since we have digital clocks. Others believe it's just a friendly sign, maybe, that you should smile. A sign from your soul, your higher self, the universe, call it what you will. Still, others believe that it means there's a window opening up in your life, and that you should ask your angels for guidance on what to do with that window. On May 18th, our phone rang late at night, and it was a doctor from Kaiser telling me that my mom had passed. And when I stopped crying, I looked at the clock, and it was a little after 11:30. And I found myself hoping that she had actually passed at 11:11, but I didn't know. The next day, I called the hospital and asked for a nurse at her nursing station. And I asked her if Mom had any wedding rings on. She wore hers and Harry's after he died, always. And also was looking for her watch, her atomic watch that she loved so much because it kept perfect time, being synced with the atomic clock in Boulder, Colorado, maintained by the National Institute of Standards and Technology. I told them as we were trying to locate these items, and she pulled up Mom's chart, and she was skimming it and kind of mumbling under her breath. And she said, the doctor called it at 2300, and my heart sank a little. And when I got off the phone, I said, well, maybe she just gave the hour in the interest of gravity, and that wasn't the exact time. I didn't know the exact time until a couple of weeks later when the death certificate arrived. And it said 2310, 11:10. And I smiled and got teary-eyed at the same time because I was so certain, in my heart of hearts, with every fiber in my being, that if her atomic watch had not gone missing, the doctor would have been able to record the precise time, which was actually 11:11. At 11:11, a window opened and the angels called her home. And I am absolutely certain of that. And I hope any of you who ever pay attention to 11:11 will remember to smile and not remember my sad story. Because it is a happy ending, her getting together with her beloved Harry once again. I'd like to close my remarks with something a little bit more upbeat that really typified Mom. This is a quote from Hunter S. Thompson, and I've only modified it just a wee bit. Life should not be a journey to the grave with the intention of arriving safely in a pretty and well-preserved body, but rather to get in broadside in a cloud of smoke, thoroughly used up, totally worn out, and loudly, I'm not pointing in the right place, loudly proclaiming, okay, everybody, wow, what a super duper ride!
You're up.
Fourth child. Accountant, bicycler, mathematician, artist, teacher, bohemian, humanitarian, economist, musician, seamstress, tutor, swimmer, wife, mother, friend, and more. You may know these things about her, but something you probably don't know because I only recently discovered. Born on January 22nd, 1934, to Lloyd and Wilda Westfall, Eva Westfall was a third great-granddaughter of Captain Jacob Westfall of Virginia, who served as a lieutenant in the American Revolution. Some of you may know of her strong political convictions. So whether you agree with them or not, please consider that a revolutionary spirit was in her blood. There is not a subject that I couldn't call her on that she didn't have knowledge of, experience with. She had great admiration for those with extensive knowledge. I think not realizing that she was among that same group. And talk about genuine. She always followed her own convictions, not given to fads or popular beliefs. She was her own person, without fear of what others might think. Maybe this was for me the most outstanding aspect of who she was. With the great mind that she had, she lived from the heart. And from this flowed a lifetime of caring about others. Mom studied the teachings of Paramahansa Yogananda, who said, "We enter this life crying while those around us smile. Live your life so that you exit this world smiling while those around you cry." They say that after you die, there is one question asked of you. Did you love? Did you love? I guess she didn't have any problem with that one. Love of people, love of everything she was ever involved in. Love of life. God bless you, Mom, and by your life's example, thank you for showing us the right way. I would like to invite any other family members to speak.
My name is Pat Smith. I am Harry's oldest daughter. Dad and Eva were married 2 weeks after I was. With 4 children, 3, 4, 5, and 7. So you can imagine coming, now I had a tiny family, but that's not my story. We came to love them. Eva's graciousness and love toward my sister and myself were unbelievable. She never took Dad away from us, as so many times happens in second families. But my story is, in 1992, Dad and Eva were going to China. They invited my husband and myself to join them in Hong Kong. No problem. 13-hour flight, we landed 7 o'clock in the evening. Eva and Dad meet us. Eva says, "Oh, go get settled in the hotel and go right to bed. We've got a big day planned tomorrow. We'll meet at 8 o'clock and we'll plan it out." No problem. We met them at 8 o'clock. But It wasn't we planned it out, it's what was planned already. We met them. She had all of the modes of transportation schedules in her hand. Ferry, streetcar, bus. Every day was a new adventure. Every day on a new type of transportation. Didn't matter if it was ferry, oh yeah, we catch a ferry at this time, and it costs this much. We go here, we go there, we do this. No matter what it was a true adventure. The one day that really stood out in my memory was she packed her lunch, which was usual for those days, and we took a bus to this little town that had a canal running through it. You had to get on a sort of a barge and they pulled you across the canal. She said, well, we're going to walk up to the top of the hill. Well, in walking, we found a school. Both my husband and I taught school, so this was fascinating because we could go through the school. We found very interesting. She said, oh, that's not the highlight. We're going to go up the hill some more, have lunch. We did. And there was a fence behind us. She says, oh, don't worry about that fence. I'm going to sidespread China. That's the border. But we got into the bus to go back. We were all seated, and on board the bus comes military personnel with guns drawn. And she had told us, now make sure you have a copy of your passport in your purse at all times. First thing hit my head, do I have that passport? Well, it comes out they weren't looking for us, they were looking for aliens or from Red China coming across the border, much to our relief. But every day was something new, with a new schedule, a new transportation, money which was already prepared for us. On our way home, in the plane, we were sitting together, and we were talking. All of a sudden, this woman ahead of us, we were ready to take off, in a very loud voice says, oh, that was the worst trip I've ever had. There was nothing to do in Hong Kong. The shopping was horrible. We didn't see anything. And I turned to Eva. I said, in a very loud voice, I repeated, and what a wonderful time we had. We didn't have time to shop at all. I had paid for one afternoon, but they were worth it. That's just a little bit of what happened. Everything about life for us. My sister and I shared so much with my dad. As you well know, he was quite loved for us. And again, we thank the kids for doing this for us. We've come to love them and loved Eva very, very much. Thank you.
For those that don't know me, my name is Steve Marsden. I teach math at Glendale College, and I taught, in particular, Eva algebra. I've probably had 10,000 students in algebra, and Eva was by far the best. When I would go to correct exams, I would pull hers out first, and I would check my answer key against Eva, and she did better than I did a few times. Anyway, it's a little dangerous to give a teacher a microphone. But what I want to talk about is that algebra class. It was fall 1976. There was a front row of returning women. 6 women headed by Eva. And they all did well, and Mary Ellen is included in that front row, Sarah, there's some others. When the class was over after finals, Eva and 1 or 2 of the others invited me out for a drink. And I thought, well, that's a little unusual. These were my best students. I said yes. We went to Shaker Mountain Inn, if you remember it.
Yes.
2nd floor. And we continued meeting for 40 years. After a couple of years of these meetings, twice a year after finals, they said something that changed the way that I taught for many years. It was after a couple of years of these meetings, and a couple of margaritas, of course. They mentioned they enjoyed watching me erase the board. I could never erase the board the same way. Not knowing whether to turn to see who was looking or just not turning at all. Anyway, we called it Eva's Front Row Party.
Yes.
We loved, and there's many of you that I see out there that have attended those meetings. And it was always fun. No matter who showed up, who didn't show up, we always had a good time. Eva, well, one of the things, I taught her algebra, she taught me a lot more. One of the things she taught me was how to save money. But she enjoyed so much going out and scouting for happy hours. And, we wound up at Acapulco for many years, 4 o'clock on Monday, because that's when their $2 margaritas were. Now, at the Front Row Party, we talked about, many things. She loved to talk math and astronomy and philosophy, but we also talked about travels. We talked about friends. We talked about family. And, Eva was so proud. But at the Front Row Party, we got to meet the family also. So we got to meet Linda. Now, Anne and Mary Ellen were also former students of mine. And they would come. But Harry would be there. Now, Harry was a prince long before the current Prince Harry. And one that would show up early on was Granny, Eva's mom. And what a special lady she was, to get to know the family. I feel blessed because one of the pictures played earlier was when Eva, Harry, and Mike came to Hawaii for my wife and my wedding. And it was just great to see that picture again. This has been a wonderful celebration for a wonderful person. And I thought, how much am I going to miss Eva? And I realized I'm not. And let me explain. If you had to describe Eva in one word, I think that word would be joy. She loved to live life. She loved to learn. She loved to teach. She loved so many things. And that joy was infectious. And I caught the virus. And it's permanent. There is no cure. So she will be with me, as I think she will be with you, because you wouldn't be here today if you didn't catch that same joy. Thank you.
We're going to take a little break.
Wait, Linda,
John?
before what I think you're going to do, I just think we should point out that Steve mentioned how they went to Hawaii for his wedding. Steve was in Hawaii yesterday, day before, flew back here for this event, and he's flying back to Hawaii afterwards.
really special. Okay, we're going to open up the floor in a minute or two. But before we do that, you were going to say this. You were going to tell everybody. We're going to play a song.
I was going to.
Yeah, because you did it so well. You did the house. Because I was saying, okay, everybody get out on the dance floor, and Ann's like, no, you can't say that. So I'm like, what do I say? And then she said it so nicely. It won't control to the dance floor. I don't know what it was. I'm guessing I had a couple glasses of wine.
But for starters, maybe everybody just wants to stand up and stretch their legs for a moment. We're not going to force anybody to do anything they don't want to.
You heard that before. Stand up and stretch. And for those of you that will participate,
I don't think the TV will go much
thank you for joining in on that. Mom loved whenever that came on.